Hi, this is Mark Eldridge with the American Anglican Council, and I want to welcome you to this Vital Moments in Church Revitalization. Last week, I spent much of the week at the New Wineskins Conference, which was this amazing conference on mission and evangelism. It was an exciting time, and one of the themes that I heard was on the importance of seeing North America as the mission field again. And one of the speakers rightly said that he believes that we Anglicans here in North America need to learn how to fish again, meaning how to do evangelism again. And at the American Anglican Council, we could not agree more. That's why we have recently released this series of teaching series with a video teaching series with discussion questions for small groups called Rediscovering Evangelism, which is all about how to help you learn how to fish again. So if you haven't checked it out already, I want to encourage you to do so at AnglicanTraditions.com. That's AnglicanTraditions.com. In Rediscovering Evangelism, I make a big deal about understanding that evangelism is a process. So often I think people think of evangelism as that moment of sharing the gospel with someone and praying with them to accept Christ, which is very important. Obviously, that's the goal. But it's more than that. It's actually a process leading up to someone getting to that point. And when you understand that it's a process, you don't have to try to force every conversation with somebody into praying with them to accept Christ that day. You can watch and wait and be ready for them to be ready to pray with them. And key to understanding the process is understanding how receptive someone is to the gospel. If they're not receptive to the gospel, they're far from God, they're not receptive at all, then they're going to be very resistant to your evangelistic efforts. If they're receptive and open, then they're going to be much more likely to want to hear the gospel and pray to accept Christ. One way to think about it is to think about harvesting. And so I want to introduce you to my orange tree. This is an orange tree that I have in my front yard. And I've been watching these oranges develop and grow for months and months and months and months. And they're getting close to being ready, but they're not ready yet. So they're not receptive to being harvested yet. So for example, if I pull, it's just not ready. I could pull and tug and yank, and it's just going to resist my efforts to harvest it and to have it come off the tree. But just in a short time, in just a month or so, these green oranges are going to be ripe for the harvest. And for me to harvest them, all I'm going to simply have to do is to come over, simply grab hold and give a gentle tug, and they will come right off because they're ready. And that's the same is true with evangelism. If you try to force it and they're not ready, they'll resist. But when they are ready and you watch and you wait and you're ready for that moment, it'll just be the most natural thing to lead someone across that line from death to life. Well, we'll keep talking about this, but for now, God bless you, and we'll see you for our next Vital Moments.